was just, again, terrified. I think at this point I had 3 matches. I had 3 matches with Taz up at this point, and then I wrestled Booker on around Christmas time in 2000. I think, around Christmas time, and I think the end of 2001. But that was my only 4 times on television, on televised program. I got the call that they were sending me down there, and the guys I was living with Easy Money at HWA at the time. If you remember him from this 90s Wrestling Podcast, you remember him from this old WCW run. And I told him I was going down there, and he's like, they're probably going to bring you out in the Rumble and, have you eliminated immediately. So I jump on a plane from Cincinnati thinking that's going to be my spot, and terrified at that being my spot. Terrified.
Yeah.
I could fuck the whole Rumble. Excuse me, I'm sorry. I could mess the entire Rumble up.
Say what you want, we're not PG.
Okay. Yeah, I could fuck the whole Rumble up, and then that'd be the end of my wrestling career right there. Well, so I get there. I get to the arena. It was in Atlanta, I believe. And immediately they were like, go meet Shane and down at the ring. So I go to see Shane, and he just so happens to be there next to Taker. And I always had a great relationship with Shane. Shane's just as cool as anybody.
I've heard that by many wrestlers.
Yeah, he's one of the boys. He's got the best of all worlds because he's obviously, up here when it comes to, being, it's his company technically, but he can also be one of the boys. He's in office, all the time, and you can go out and have a good time with Shane. But at this point in time, we were business. So he brings me to the ring, and just so happens to be with Taker, and he's like, yeah, so we thought we would have you come out and walk into a ring with and just you and Taker, and figure it out somehow, but have you hit him with that drop kick and eliminate Taker. And at that moment, Taker went, excuse the hell out of me, or something, and looked at me, shot me a look, and I'm just like, oh, Jesus, he's going to kill me. Completely ribbed me. I had no clue he was in on it. But then he looked down and he winked. And this is what goes, and I know last year we were celebrating, Taker's run and just career in the WWE. What makes him an all-time great was the fact that he could take the status that he had, the fact that he could take a nobody, me, and put me over like that. Didn't do anything for him, nothing for him. But what it did for me was it gave me, in essence, a career, and it did a lot for the WWE. And if people say, "Well, how?" Well, it then immediately makes Tough Enough relevant, so you can have more shows and more episodes and more seasons after that. It also just enhances, because when we're watching wrestling, you want to be able to think that anything can happen at any time. That one drop kick proved it. And, so Taker being able to do business like that, to me, that's why he has, not just the fact that he helped me, but he has my respect and will always have it, because first and foremost, he can do business, and he can do what's best for the product that he's representing. Yeah. Didn't stop the fact that I was terrified, though. From that moment on, I was just like, oh, my God. And I know you're probably getting to it. Yes, it's true. I read it and I've spoke about it. I knew I had to get color that night. And you were going to this, weren't you?
It's getting to there, yeah.
I knew I had to get color that night. And in our business, when you need to get color, a lot of people take aspirin. I'm allergic to aspirin. Taker's like, no big deal. And he had some airplane bottles of Jack, and I'm a Jack man. And we had a couple Jacks, before I went out there. I wasn't lit or anything, but it definitely calmed me down.
Yeah.
It calmed me down.